What's up, everybody? Welcome back to No Counters, No Combos, and today is Friday, so we're talking some spice. Thank you guys so much for your input last week. I know the majority chose the Bardock leader, so I hope you guys were happy with the deck, and I hope you were able to try it out for yourselves. I like the way it plays. I'm probably going to be playing that more often than usual. But that was last week. Now we have the new episode, or the new segment this week. I know I'm like a week behind and everything like that, so I do apologize for the delay last week. But we're going to be more, routine with our posting here, and you'll be getting what you expect on a weekly basis moving forward. So for this week's All the Right Spice, 2 black leaders, Mira and Tide Patrol Trunks. Now, these 2 leaders are grossly underused in the meta right now. And hopefully after the May 1st Mecha Frieza errata, RIP Mecha Frieza, people start using these leaders more often because they are good. So let's talk about the Trunks leader first. Front side Trunks leader, he has an auto. When he attacks, you take the top 2 cards of your deck and put them in the drop area. Then, if there is one red or blue battle card, or one red or blue card in the battle area or in the drop area, you get to draw a card, which is pretty good. I can see black and red variants to be more aggressive. I can see some blue variants with this deck, so my wheels are already spinning in what cards I would use to support that leader. And then when you awaken, it's actually pretty cool. When you awaken 4 or less life, you awaken. Instead of drawing 2 cards, instead of untapping 2, you get to take a card out of your warp area and add it to your hand. So it's really good because it helps fetch your super combos. It also helps, facilitate any extension that you want to make in your play. If you want to get an overwhelm card back from the warp to your hand and then use it that turn, it's really good. It's one of the only 2 leaders in the game right now that does that. So it's a pretty cool effect. I like it. I always like adding cards to my hand and recycling. It's always been a really fun mechanic, especially with something as good as a super combo. Now when he awakens, he has a permanent effect instead of an auto. Basically, the permanent effect is, it's an active main. Active main, once per turn, you can send 2 cards from the top of your deck to the grave, and then when he attacks, he would gain, when he attacks, his auto is he draws a card, and then what you could do as part of the active main is, if there's 5 cards in your drop area, you can send them to the warp, and he gains plus 5,000 and double strike. So it's not an auto, so you don't have to do it every turn, but if you choose to mill the top 2 cards, basically, like, let's say you have 3 cards in your drop, and you want to get that plus, you just activate his effect, mill the top 2, and then you warp them, and he gains plus 5,000 and double strike. So he becomes a 20k double strike attacker, and you draw a card with the auto, which is good because it's really good for late game pressure. Leaders that can do double strike late game are really good because once your opponent hits lethal, which is around like 2 or 3 life, you can start pushing for a lot of pressure. So the Trunks leader is very good. It's very quick. It's very fast. It's more aggressive than anything if I were to think about it. So like if I were to make a deck with that leader, I'd probably incorporate more red cards just because red does aggro better than anybody else. And it also helps with the leader because the two colors you're going to be looking for are red and blue. So that's Xeno Trunks. Now we're going to talk about Mira. So Mira is also a really good leader that's not seeing a lot of play, or is not seeing as much play as he should. On the front side, he has a similar effect to Trunks. When you attack, you mill the top 2 cards from your deck to your drop. Then if you have a green or yellow card in your battle area or your drop, you draw a card. So this leader actually works with green and yellow, which is great because most of the Android cards are green. So Mira is an Android. Androids are green. They go hand in hand with each other. So that makes me start, spinning the wheels and start thinking about ideas. I would probably make like a green variant with this leader and try to go like a hand destruction route, just because hand destruction is not fun to play against and it's really effective because you're literally taking resources out of your opponent's hand. So Mira, when he's at 4 or less life, he awakens. Same thing. He grabs a card from his warp and adds it to the hand. which is really good, as like I said before. And his effect is kind of crazy on the Awakened side. It's permanent. When you have 5 or more cards in your warp, he gains critical. So when he's awakened, you have a critical, you're swinging crit every turn. And in the auto, when you attack, you draw a card. So he's 15k crit on the Awakened side. That's pretty dirty, and you're gonna have 5 cards in your warp because that's how you have to turn on your super combo, and you're gonna be overwhelming with this deck. So it's just how. So like Mira is really good. Like he's a really good leader. He does hand destruction really good. So don't sleep on that leader, guys. Okay. Both of these leaders are really good in their own right. It just depends on if you want to be more controlling with hand destruction or if you want to be more aggressive with double strike. So let me know in the comment section down below. Hashtag Mira, hashtag Trunks. So we can make a deck, showcase it next week, take it to a local, see how it goes. I'm a man of the people. What you guys say goes. So let me know in the comment section below which leader you would rather see a deck built around. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for the support. Thank you for the continuing views and the interactions in the comment section and on Discord. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Tell your friends. Hit me up on Discord. Follow me on Twitter. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next video, guys. Be there or be squared.